This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2nd and 10. Prescott now. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so he'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing to look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. To throw is Prescott. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, the ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going to try and throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now Dak, he wants to change the play. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And now an audible here into something else. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Dancing to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Aiden Hutchinson able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Hands it off out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit! Amon-Ra St. Brown, 53 yards. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First contact at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Cowboys 49-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Back to throw again.
This to Laporta, right side. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
They'll set up a throw.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Now back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, We just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game. In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Just keeping the play alive. And this is going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cowboys take over first down here at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll change things up.
Here's 2nd and 8.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit the receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's Williams on the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Prescott off play action. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards.
And the Cowboys strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 9 now. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 43. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
They'll drop to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They go play action here on first down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
2nd down and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14.
The 2nd-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown!
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
First down, Cowboys.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a first carry for their fullback. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you. And a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a handoff running through the middle. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Try to take this home. They'll run. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He'll look to throw.
And that one too high and incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. He takes it across for a touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow, wow. Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Dak.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a first down, but the tackle comes in bounds.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Prescott.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10. Prescott.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's...
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. Now both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week.
he hasn't disappointed in this game either. A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
Now Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on 2nd down here.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Prescott now.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's 1st down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. And they'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on second down.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Anything short of a first down ends this ball game. Here's 4th down.
Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the change in rules from the regular season to the playoffs at least gave both teams, Charles, an opportunity, but it turns out the team who scored first got the victory.
They certainly did, partner, but it wasn't as simple as getting a quick touchdown and calling it a day because they need a standout performance from both sides of the ball to earn this win in overtime, and they got it.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Detroit.